Senate Bill 435. The chair is none. The clerk will read the bill.
Rapid.
SB 1862 by Zaffer and related
Chair
appropriations.
recognizes Representative Isaac.
SB 1862.
Question occurs on the
Raw.
Senate Bill 1532.
Barton Springs.
Reminiscent of a livestock auction.
On the passage of House Bill 3932 to third reading. Is there any objection? Chair is none. So ordered.
Once bills on the House local and consent calendar get to the floor for final passage, what they would do barely gets on record.
Sewage.
Let alone much attention from lawmakers in the chamber.
It is procedural, and the bills have been well vetted.
Representative Symphonia Thompson chairs the Local and Consent Calendars Committee.
Everybody's well aware of what that bill contains, what the position of that bill should be for them and their constituency. And it's just a formality that we go through to make sure that the bill is recorded, that it's put in the journal.
Bills on this calendar must be passed unanimously out of the original committee they're referred, then again out of the Local and Consent Committee, and only after several subcommittees, caucuses, and stakeholders have weighed in without voicing much, if any, opposition. It's legislation that changes state law to make it easier for local bodies to govern and has no impact on the budget.
Our greatest responsibility is to represent our districts, and so most of the bills that come through that calendar are largely and simply of a local nature. And so it's to make sure that the bills that are most significant to our doing our job of representing our districts get passed.
Of all the bills passed in the House so far this session, more than half have done so on local and consent.
There's physically not enough time to take every bill to the floor and pass it.
Across the hall,
Secretary will call the roll. 31 ayes, no nays.
in the Senate,
31 ayes, no nays.
members do not even have to show up for the local and uncontested calendar.
There are 5 different gatekeepers on these local bills, so it's got a lot of safety net to it.
The local bills in the upper chamber have to pass unanimously out of the originating committee twice, then do so out of the administration committee after Senator Kevin Eltife, as chair of that committee, has given his okay. And at any point during the process, at least 2 senators can remove a bill from this calendar.
You'd never get them all passed. Some people would say, well, that's a good thing, we don't want them all passed. But a lot of these bills going through local are really from our constituents' requests.
Priority pieces of legislation passed in rapid succession
SB 1423 by
Chair
Hanover.
Mr. Hunter.
Move past.
Question occurs on
during the second half of session. Reporting at the Capitol, this is Alana Rocha with the Texas Tribune.
Representative Toft to explain Senate.
Move passage.